Hey guys, it's Shell here, and today I'm gonna be doing a, more of an art guru kind of video, because I wanted to talk about art styles, and you're probably thinking, oh boy, everybody on the face of YouTube has talked about art styles. If they're an artist, the Tumblr art style, your art style sucks, all this, and I'm like, yeah, you're not you're not wrong, but I wanted to talk a little bit differently about art styles today. Instead of the Tumblr art style or something like that, I just wanted to talk about how your art style might be hindering you and your improvement, because I think a lot of people don't realize that. They try so hard to develop their art style and make it this perfect vision of what they want, but that kind of that kind of ends up backfiring on them to a degree. So I wanted to discuss that. And while I was thinking about and writing down the notes for this video, I kind of realized that there is one common theme that art styles that hinder you have, and it's basically a lack of diversity in how you're making it and what you're making. So basically, people with this doesn't go for all art styles, but sometimes people will have these art styles that basically they draw the same thing over and over and over again, and they don't really improve, and it kind of looks bland and boring. And this can be said of any art style. It's not a specific kind of art style that this has to happen to, because I've seen this happen in all sorts of art styles, honestly. I even had this to a degree when I was younger. I did manage to get out of it though. It's kind of like art style purgatory. You're stuck in this you're stuck in this mid-between where you got this nice art style but you can't get out of it. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be talking about today. Basically, I'm gonna split this up into the things that people draw and don't diversify. So, those things are, they draw the same people, the same poses, the same species, or just the same style of how they draw things. So, cue the transition slide. Ugh. Same people. People, oh my god, so people, I like to say the word people, people. Artists will kind of draw the same people over and over, or the same characters, and they never really get to spread out and draw different characters. So they'll have a core set of OCs, or original characters, if you don't know what that means. They will have this core set of original characters, and they won't draw any other characters, and it'll maybe be a set of 5 at most, maybe 6, but they might have other OCs, but these are the main ones that you'll see on their art pages and stuff. They're recurring characters, and it's nothing wrong with drawing a recurring character, but you can limit yourself when you don't draw any other characters and just limit your pool of characters. And basically, when you do that, you kind of get into these rhythms of how to draw people or characters. I talk about people a lot, but this can also go for animals and stuff like that. I see this a lot in actual furry artists too, because they will draw everything for the same species of animal the same way. So say you have a couple of cat OCs, and their face, their body is the exact same. I get that they're both cats, but they're basically recolors of the same character. You draw them the exact same way. And this kind of has to do with same face syndrome to a degree, because it does have to do with same face syndrome, and this is basically an extension of that, is that you kind of make all of your characters look the same. So when you're drawing the same few characters, they can have different colors and different clothes, but in the core art and their facial features and everything, they'll look the same, and even the same body types. So it's really important to just diversify who you're drawing, make new characters, and that can mean building upon stories. If you have a character that you don't draw a lot, maybe draw them more. experiment with different races, different body types, and just stuff like that, because that really actually does help your art. You don't necessarily have to make a hugely diverse cast of characters. You can if you want, but just drawing random people that are different from, you know, the type of people that you normally draw is just wonderful and very helpful to your art. Experimentation is the number one thing that I tell people to do when they're trying to improve their art, is just do something you've never done before. Same poses. Oh my god, I see this all the time and it bothers me so much. People will draw like the exact same poses for every character ever, and oh my god, it bothers me so much. So a lot of times, I've seen this before too, is that people will draw just busts, just headshots, or just body shots, but they're all the same pose or something. So it might be a character with their hand on their hip, and that's it. And that's the only way, that's the only thing you draw. You just draw people with like their hands on their hips or something, and like, that's cool, but then you try to draw like a different pose and it ends up looking horrible. So you're like, ugh. Well, the reason it looks horrible is because you never do it, and you're never going to learn to make things not horrible unless you draw them. So yeah, it may look like trash at first, but keep drawing it, because eventually it won't look like trash, and there you go. And yeah, just draw poses that are different. You can look up pose references if you're really struggling and you want to learn about gestures and gesture posing and gesture drawing and dynamic poses. Yeah, and stuff. Basically, all that stuff just helps you. So now you're drawing people, different people with like different face shapes and like all different body types, and you're drawing them in a variety of poses. And the other thing is that your different poses can help give your character life. So you might be able to tell something about that character's personality by the way they're standing or something like that. So that's helpful too. Same species. Oh my god. I see this a lot in artists on DeviantArt. That's my main art website right now. People on DeviantArt like to draw just one species, and they're either really bad at drawing humans or they're really bad at drawing animals and can only draw humans. Well, guess what? Don't do that. Don't just draw one species of animal, or don't just draw humans, because it's really important to diversify your art again. So if you normally draw humans and are really bad at drawing feral animals, draw some feral animals. Do it. I dare you. Do it! If you normally draw feral animals and are bad at drawing humans, draw some humans. I dare you. Do it. Do it. I command thee. No, I'm just kidding. But it's actually really helpful. I came from drawing Neopets at first, which is, they're basically furries. I don't do that anymore. From there, I was always a little bit better with humans than animals, and I didn't start drawing cats until I got to 11 or 12. And now I can draw both, which is really, really helpful to me, because I can do a variety of things of what people want me to do. If I want to draw like an animal in a comic strip that's mainly humans, I actually know how to draw that animal. That's super helpful. So basically there's no downside to doing this. You're just, basically you can become a jack of all trades in an art sense, which is really, really good. Alright, last but not least, same style. When I'm talking about a style, people like to justify the way they draw a character or characters by saying, oh, that's my style. But the thing is it's really, it can be a stylistic thing, but when you draw all characters exactly the same, that's not a style thing. And I used to have this too. I completely used to have this. This goes along with same face syndrome like I was talking about earlier, but you can have characters that kind of, say a characteristic of your style is big eyes. Alright, that's fine, but the thing is that all of your characters have the same big eyes. You can say that's an art style choice, but it's a bad one. Because I used to do the same thing. All of my characters would have the same eyes, same nose, same face shape, okay? But then I realized, hey, I can still have the same style and have one character have a different face shape, or a character have a different eye shape or a nose shape, or stuff like that. So you can have like one main character that has your traditional style, and then have your other characters have different face shapes, different body types, and stuff like that. So then all of your characters don't look all the same. Wow. Your characters don't all look the same, but you're still essentially keeping your art style. You're just diversifying your art. So, that's my little rant video about art styles. I meant for this to be constructive because I see a lot of people kind of struggling with exactly what an art style is, and there's really no clear-cut definition for what an art style is. I mean, kind of, but it means different things to different people. I would also encourage people to try different art styles. If you normally draw super cartoony, try to draw more realistic, because that actually helps you draw cartoons better, because you get a better grasp of anatomy and shading and coloring, and it's easier to simplify that way. Anyway, so I'm gonna end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do rant videos like this. I do art, speed paints, animation. If you want to do that, check out my channel. And thank you guys so much for just listening to me rant. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna hop off, and I'll catch you on the flip side.